For the first time in the country's history, New Zealand have a vaulting team qualified and heading to a World Championships. They have been in full training in Germany to take on the world at the Alltech FEI World Equestrian Games in France.
We're very much a fledgling sport in New Zealand. We're the only major club that's working at this level in New Zealand. It's been a long pathway. We obviously, these children that we've got here today, we've trained from 6 years old, they're now 16, some of them. Some of them are a little older, some a little younger, but they've been in our club for a long time, and they've had a series of coaches that have come through. But for the last 14 years, we've had CATARINA STROM from Sweden training at our club, educating horses and children, and that's been a very major part of how we've developed.
That's huge. It's very big for us to have qualified for the World Equestrian Games. Lynn and I, about 8-9 years ago, had a sit down, a serious talk, and said, what are we doing? And we decided we are going to take a team to the World Games. So we started off and we tried to qualify a team for Kentucky, World Equestrian Games 4 years ago. For lots of reasons, we probably weren't experienced enough then. So we have kept working towards this goal, and we've been to Germany competing, Australia competing, and now finally we've qualified, and this is a huge achievement for us. It gives me tingles everywhere. I'm very excited. To be here right now is the reason I've been getting out of bed for the last 9 years. We're here at the Mulaka's vaulting training camp, and we're getting a great tuition from a lot of great coaches.
So at the training camp, we pretty much do all sort of stuff to train on the condition and the mental training as well, and just the strength, and all about visualizing as well. So we do a lot of things on the barrel and the freestyle. So actually we're just probably an hour on the horse and have probably 6 hours just ground training, where we do like barrel work and exercises and lots of condition stuff and strength exercises. The very special thing about this team is that they're just so passionate about vaulting, because you know, in Germany we have lots of competitions going on and the girls have lots of experience, and this team in New Zealand, they don't have competitions at all. So it's just amazing that they kept motivating for about 14 years without having a challenge or any competition, and that, I think that's the most amazing thing about them, because it's just a passion about vaulting and that they just never stops. And yes.
They're a great bunch of individuals. They all have a very special personality, and I think we've been doing quite well keeping them in that way. So they all have a role, they all have a personality, and they're just a privilege to be coaching, really. They've been great kids.
I've been vaulting since I was 6 years old, so I've been vaulting for 10 years now. And I got involved because I love to perform, and I love doing gymnastics and acrobatics, and I loved horses, so it was just the great, perfect combination for me. And it was just, and I really, really enjoy it, and it's just great. It's so exciting to be the first team to ever qualify for the World Games in New Zealand. I think it's quite an honour for me and our team. It's just, we've come so far and we've all trained so hard and so long, and so it's just really the biggest achievement, I think, and I'm really proud of everyone.
I've been vaulting for 5 years, so I was 6 when I started vaulting. I'm involved on the top, and it involves a lot of tension, pointed toes, feet together. My lifter Ryan and Evie, they lift me. They're very strong, so I'm glad to have them. Well, it's a little bit scary at the start, but once you get up on top a lot, it's easy.
Part of the training also involves trying out the 3 horses that have been provided to them by German vaulting clubs to determine which 2 they will take to the World Championships.
It's actually quite hard to find a good, experienced horse to go for World Equestrian Games. So in New Zealand, it was just too expensive to fly the horse over. So here we had a couple of horses to train on and to look which horse suit us the most. You need a good horse who is just very, you know, confident in himself and just doing a good job, so the girls can do a good job.
I'm very proud of them to cope with it, a different horse so well. There's still, I mean, they have 3 more weeks to get used to the horse, so I feel quite confident that it's going to go really well. It is a huge ask for them to go on a different horse. All horses have different bodies, different canters, different rhythms. It's another huge part for the girls is to trust the horse and that he's not going to take off, go faster, go slower, stop, buck. All those things if he's not happy with what they're doing, and I think we've been very lucky to get the horse we have here. He is just a pro.
With the long and sometimes difficult journey of qualification almost complete, everyone involved in the sport is eagerly awaiting New Zealand's debut on the world's biggest equestrian stage.
It's unbelievable. We never dreamt that we'd get this far. The rest of the vaulting world haven't seen us. Suddenly we appear and they say, where has this come from? How have you trained? Who's been helping these girls? What sort of horses have you got? And so for everybody here, they're really excited to see us. We're keeping a reasonably low profile on who we are. We hope that we'll be as successful as we think we can be.
The New Zealand team, they just inspired me because they just do everything with such a passion, and it's so lovely to see them, how excited they are. And for me, it's such an honor to coach them and to go with them to the World Equestrian Games because they are just an awesome team and so passionate about vaulting, and that's just what it's all about.